Hey, Sunshines, we're back. Ready for the Board of Public Works. I don't think they are live yet. We're on the Zoom meeting. We are on, let me see, Fat Grammy. Let's go to Audit LA. I think she is live. Yep, Audit's
LA
live. Let's watch her for a
at
second while we're
gmail.com.
waiting.
I'm doing that to like do anything with the legal process, trying to get lawyers.
We'll watch her while we're waiting for them to start the meeting. Hey, Never and Aaron. Good afternoon. I might have to dip out real quick to use the restroom before the meeting starts. But today we won't have TJ on. So I'm not too sure how that's going to work. I'm just going to put a be right back in here. Go ahead to the restroom real quick before we get people in here. My apologies, everyone. Hello again. Hi, Traveltology. Are we having internet issues? Audit's having internet issues. Oh, there she goes. Let's see. Are they on yet? Oh, Board of Public Works is on. Let me go in and raise my hand. So I said TJ is not going to be there today, so not too sure how this is going to work out with. They're giving Jim Nance a star. Have no idea who that is, never in Aaron. But you know what? You don't get a star. You have to pay for a star. You mean on Hollywood Boulevard? Yeah, you have to pay for those stars. They're not just automatically given to you. Yeah, no more TJ. I think TJ, I mean, we all said nice words and everything, but I'm pretty sure he was the gatekeeper for a lot of this. So we'll see how it goes. We'll definitely see how it goes.
Okay, yeah, just
Yeah, there we go. We'll just fundraise to get each of us a star in front of the testing center. Yeah, that would be a hoot. Oh. Well, the fire stations do need additional funding, but isn't it 35 over near the blue? I'm not too sure where Fire Station 11 is. I'll probably just do general comment today. And I'm not going to do a song today. I'll save that for Friday. What was on the agenda for today? I guess looking probably would be a good thing. So, tree removal, street lighting. Yeah, I'll just do the main one. And I don't see that never in Aaron. You sure that's not on just the city council? because number 8 on here was, today's the 22nd. For the emergency sewer repair. Yeah, this is emergency sewer repair, not the, so you must be talking about the city council agenda. Here's the Zoom link in case anybody wants to zoom in. That's okay. No problemo. It's easy to get all these damn meetings all messed up. Hey, Minnie.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We will get started shortly. Just wanted to do a check for those joining us today in person. Thank you very much for being here. If you are here in person to provide public comment, please fill out a public comment card in the back of the room and bring it up front. If you're joining us via our Zoom platform, thank you. I'm going to do a check. I see a few hands raised of those who would like to provide public comment via our Zoom platform. First hand I see is Amy's iPhone. Good morning, Amy. Do you have general public comment or comment on any items?
I have general public comment.
Great, thank you. I see Mona is on the line. Mona, good morning. Do you have general public comment or comment on any of our items today?
Good morning. I do have general public comment. And may I ask, who is this, please?
Good morning. This is Devin Zatorsky.
Thank you.
With the
Thank you, Devin.
You're welcome. Thanks. And I see Yvonne's hand raised. Good morning, Yvonne. Do you have general public comment or comment on any of our agenda items today?
I have, and welcome to the group, Devin. I want general comment and items number 2, 3, 6, and 7.
Okay, great. We'll put that under, since it's multiple, we'll put that under the multiple items. Let me just check 2, 3, 6, and 7, right?
Correct.
Great, and you can restate that too when we get to you. Thank you, Yvonne.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely, Minnie. You can always express your opinion. Yeah, we just want to know who we're talking to, right, Mandy Me? Hello, Mandy Me. Minnie, if I was on StreamYard, I'd bring you up, but I'm not, so I can't. But you're more than welcome to type it if you want. Did I hear her right? Did she say Devon? D-E-V-O-N? Isn't that what it sounded like? Hey, Haggis. I need to put a blanket on. I'm freaking freezing. No worries, Mandy. Thanks for lurking. I know I've got bright sunshine behind me. I'm sorry. Here, I'll turn it a little bit. Yeah, that's what I thought she said. Okay, so I'll call her Devon until she stops calling Scientology Up North Mersham. I don't know if Scientology Up North is going to be on today or not, because I know she was thinking of going live here right afterwards with some new scoop. She has new tea. I see little Miss Audit LA behind there. Ah, cool. Okay. Hey, Judy. So maybe she might join us, and if not, that's okay. Oh, okay. Oh, she's on Nora's exercise stream. Hello again, Peter. Yeah, she had emailed me, and this usually lasts about a half an hour. It doesn't matter. We'll join her whenever she goes live, so it's fine, whenever. Yep, Snorri's back again. Sorry. So Minnie says, no one is interested in doing so. I don't want to be mean and say it is a waste of time, but it kind of is. People being attacked by Scientos and not pressing charges is not helping, just allowing them to get away with everything that they do, that they always do. And I agree. Totally agree with that. But sometimes you have to think about it, that if it's not a criminal, it's a civil, unless you have the money to be able to do that and to be able to sustain a long battle, because, they're not quick battles. And if you don't have the money to do it, then it's kind of hard to even start the battle. And to be real honest, it's hard to take. It's hard to find a lawyer to take a battle against them. Hey, Miriam.
Good morning. Going to do another check. I see a few more hands raised on the Zoom platform. Just going to check in on our folks there who may have public comment. Mirjam, I see your hand raised. Do you have general public comment or comment on any of our items today?
I have a general public comment.
Great. Thank you. We'll get to you when we get started.
Thank you.
And then I see Gigi's phone. Gigi, do you have general public comment or comment on any of our items today?
Just general public.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. We'll get started shortly. And just a reminder for those joining us in person, thank you. If you have a comment card for public comment, please bring it up to the front of the room. We'll get started shortly.
Sort of agree with that, Minnie. They are very important because the PR, it's a PR battle. Oh, there's Goat Puppet. It's definitely a PR battle. Well, you're on time now, Miriam. You know, Eric was talking about, oh, everybody's got a flyer. Well, there are different ways to flyer, and this is one way to flyer. Is that we do. We have to continue the battle.
All of your votes have been illegal since November 18th, man. You guys are so fucking stupid, man.
Uh-oh.
It's right here, man. See, but it's all here. Look at this. Look at that, man. I told you guys.
Correct. So
Okay,
you have
that's
to
fine.
make a good, solid
That's fine.
case.
120 seconds, because you see, your new meeting rules are void. You cannot do it. Right here.
There's a hot mic there, girly.
You put it on Friday's agenda. See, and you didn't tell Mr. Grant. They didn't tell you the news that you guys have been operating under illegal public comment rules. For
Yeah, there's a whole
77
bunch of
days.
different considerations,
they don't tell
Minnie,
you
and
that.
it's not,
So
and
everything
I'm
you
not trying to
voted
be
on is
contentious
all gonna have to be
whatsoever. It's
cured and
just
corrected
there's so
and
many
sent back here for
different
public comment. I told you. You see that guy with the ponytail? You see how bad he was
issues
treating me?
to the whole
Getting all
thing.
nasty with me and trying to use cops to push me
That
out
would
of
be a
meetings.
great
See,
conversation. Let's
when
do
you
that
do that to
live.
me,
Let's
I
have
say,
a
hey,
conversation
that
about
guy's
that.
got a problem.
I
So we
think
signed
that would
all
be a
of it. It's all
great
TJ Knight.
conversation to be
He's the guy,
had.
he's the fall guy, not the lady. TJ Knight. He sent it November the 18th. Mayor Bass was on vacation. She don't give a shit about her city, and she just sent you the transmittal on the 15th of January to recommend approval.
All right, President Corson, we are in record mode. 1 second. All right. we're
Recording in progress.
Great. Ms. Zatorsky, if you'd like to take roll and establish quorum for us, please.
Absolutely. Good morning, all. Devin Zatorsky with the Board of Public Works, taking role in establishing quorum. We are joined by President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell, and we have a quorum. We're also joined by our City Attorney Representative, Ms. Virginia Choi. And we do have public comment today. We have speaker cards under general public comment, multiple comment items. And yes.
Great. Thank you. Welcome everyone to the Board of Public Works meeting for Wednesday, January 22nd. We'll open up general public comment, but before we do, colleagues, I'd like to make a motion to add items 3, 4, 5, and 10 to consent. If there's no objection, we will take up consent items after public comment. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 10. All right. We'll open up with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items that will be provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. And of course, we have our city attorney, Virginia Choi, on hand to ensure our public commenters remain on topic and within time. We'll start with the cards in the room. We'll start with Audit LA.
Audit's doing wheelies up to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. I know you're going to be shocked at what I'm here to talk about. Besides the planters, I'm here to talk also about the water. And I just think it's sad that I had to find out from the new president that you guys are being ordered by the President Trump, that it took him to tell you guys you have to bring the water to LA and to California. I didn't even know this stuff was going on. Man, I need to pay more attention, but I think it's sad. I mean, that it takes a president or whatever, for you guys to decide to bring the water here. I really thought there was a real drought, or that you guys just didn't have the water. I didn't know you had access to all this water, and you guys got to get the water, here. And it shouldn't be because of him. It should be because you care about us. And that being said, maybe I need to write him to ask him to help get the ADA compliant. I don't know. I don't want to have to do that, but what's it going to take?
Thank you, Speaker.
We'll go next to Goat Puppet.
Yes, and of course I get 2 minutes because your new rules are null and void as of today's meeting. So, as we have on our hands here, January the 15th, the mayor did not ask you to amend your rules until the 15th of January, and you agendized approval for the coming Friday. So therefore, you can't limit me to 1 minute of general public comment. You have to give me 2 minutes of general public comment because you did not finalize your rule changes. How about that? Let's give you a hand for fucking everything up. That's a good job. Yes, that's right. The most overpaid, underqualified board of cocksuckers I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life is sitting right here. And there it is. And that was hard to find, but I did it. I found it. So I want my other minute of general public comment, please, or I'm going to file a $10,000 claim for damages.
Thank you,
So in my
Speaker. That's
second
time.
minute of public comment, I would like to know.
Thank you. That's your time.
Oh, no, I get 2 minutes, sir.
You get 1 minute.
No, because your rules for 1
This is
minute,
your one warning.
you haven't been passed.
If you don't step away from the podium, we're going to ask you to leave.
You understand that? Do you understand?
All right. Please. That was it. Please.
Do you understand what he's doing?
Thank you.
Commissioner, do you
uh,
understand that you could be held personally liable? and
If our
sued
security
personally?
personnel could remove this gentleman from the meeting, please.
To you. You haven't published your rules. You haven't modified correctly to
Okay.
change it from 2 minutes to 1 minute.
If our security personnel,
What
Your
can't
time's
you
up, thank
understand?
you.
Security's
I get
going
2
like,
minutes.
hell no, we ain't
if our
touching it."
security personnel is,
Right, you only transmitted it. The mayor never approved it. Okay? So you can use all the violence you want. You can throw. You can go and do all of the stupid shit.
Yeah, he has a point.
And you have to publish it in a matter of general circulation, okay? So you gotta put it on a page that has to commit a crime for you instead of you doing it yourself. But you see, I've proven that you have not legal under custody.
Hey, power lies.
So
Ms. Zatorsky, do we have any hands raised on the virtual platform?
Yes, we do. We'll get to our virtual platform commenters. Amy, you could go ahead. Once you unmute yourself, you'll have 1 minute for public comment.
Oh, hi. We have often heard through the federal government and other people on political podcasts about the deep state and or shadow government. I'm starting to think that you are having a shadow government within the city of Los Angeles, and I'm going to call it the deep city, the deep Scientology city, because obviously somebody is pulling your puppet strings. And there's someone behind you in your shadow. You like the song Me and My Shadow? It's you and your shadows that will not let you take those planters off of L. Ron Hubbard Way because somebody is pulling your puppet strings because they have been told to remove them. Someone is behind the scenes, like your maybe mini George Soros, that is not allowing you to do it. Something is really up with you guys, that they're still there, that you've allowed 100,000 gallons of water being wasted over the summer. So get rid of your city government, or as audit said, there's something up with.
All right, next we have Mona. Mona, you'll have 1 minute for general public comment once you unmute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Again, the planners. Hello, board. Again, board. It's me again, Mona. And those planners are still in violation of the ADA, the city, and the state codes. They haven't moved, and we're not on your agenda yet to discuss this. I know at one point you brought in somebody to tell us that you sent this to the city attorney's office, and that was basically just to placate us. And we still haven't been put on the agenda. We want to be put on the agenda to discuss this item. We want to know why and what progress is happening about the planners and the permits. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you, caller. Next hand raised is Yvonne. Yvonne, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself, you'll have 1 minute.
In a recent court case, the judge identified Scientology as being gang-like. you are persistently enabling the gang of Scientology to encourage their hires, their members, and the LAPD to take violent action against the public. One of the ways to mitigate this is to allow the public full access to the special event permits so that it can be correctly stated what is on the permit, what the rules are for the use of L. Ron Hubbard Way, and that the police have no reason to enforce the thug tendencies of Scientology. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Next hand raised is Mirjam. Mirjam, you'll have 1 minute once you unmute yourself for general public comment.
Thank you. Shakespeare wrote that there's something rotten in Denmark. However, that's a few hundred years ago now, and I think the rot is coming from L. Ron Hubbard Way and Catalina, and it's the planters / shipping containers that have been split that are rotting over there. I'm just waiting for the rain to come, and all the dirt is going to be all over the road. So could you please fix it? Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Next hand raised is Gigi. Gigi, you'll have 1 minute once you unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so in a previous meeting, I believe that it was Friday, there was the multiple agenda items. And there was a speaker that was talking about one of the items that was water reclamation and Hyperion. And you kept interrupting that speaker and telling them that they were off topic. They kept telling you again, Hyperion, water reclamation, it's the item. You wasted their time. And the speaker that comes on for the presentation, the first words out of his mouth is that he's from the water reclamation plant. And he's talking about Hyperion. So I feel that you guys owe that speaker an apology. That was totally on topic and you wasted her time.
Right
And
on,
get rid of those
Gigi.
planners.
Thank you, Speaker. All right, President Corson, that is the end of our hands raised for general public comment.
Thank you. With that, we'll close the general public comment portion of today's meeting and proceed to the multiple agenda items public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item for a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. And the only in-person card I have for in-person public comment is in the room. Ms. Zatorsky is for Audit LA, correct?
Okay. Well, number one, you're saying there's no environmental impact to remove trees, but let's remember getting rid of trees gives us a loss of shade, beauty, and their job of being the earth's lungs. Number three, whatever contracts you're doing, do not allow them to keep coming back to the trail for more corn. Okay, yes, we need lights, all the contracts. I'm sure we need all of them, but they are never challenged to stay within budget. I know sometimes, thank you, Commissioner Grant, he always try to ask questions or, and try to get down to why do you need this and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all keep voting it. And we're learning, we're in a huge budget issues, right? And then so next door, they're sitting there trying to figure out how can we bilk more money from the taxpayers. I wish they would donate a portion of their salary, if not all of it, to the cause instead of trying to figure out how to bilk and tax us more. But you guys are part of the problem too. You keep saying yes to every increase rather than making sure all the agencies under you are doing better management and making sure that the numbers are on point. That and contractors can get away with anything here because there's absolutely no looking over it. And that's for all the contract ones. Okay, number 6 is I just want to make sure when you are getting new contracts that I'm sorry, there's a lot of Scientology, they're called whales, and I don't mean that as an insult, that's just what they're called. These are big donors that have companies for whatever reasons. But you have to remember that they do not believe that they believe children are adults. So they believe in child labor. There's no, and they believe in slave labor. and human trafficking. So I want to make sure they're not on there. And yeah, 7 through like 9, make sure they stay on budget already. Like, just please, that's like, that's the best thing you can do to help the people, is to make sure you are doing actual
Be right
oversight
back again, guys.
and making sure they do things, that the way they're supposed to do. And I guess that's it, well, no, there's more. I'll just take my time. I'm a little, so I have 42 minutes. So let's talk about also with the people who you're trying to get contracts from. I see a lot where it's like the lowest bidder, okay, or the only bidder. You guys need to be doing more to get other companies to the table. And I would like to see you do, in just different companies, like maybe women-owned ADA companies, or just different things. But even if it's not, it's just all regular companies, make sure that it's like that the lowest bidder, that they're not faking you with the low bid. Because that's all I see for 6 months now coming here, is that they come back for more money. So then it's not really the low bid. Like there needs to be some honesty and transparency in this
Thank you,
process.
Speaker.
Thank you.
All right, President Corsican, we have one hand raised on the Zoom platform. Yvonne, I believe you wanted to speak on items 2, 3, 6, and 7. You'll have up to 3 minutes once you unmute yourself.
Thank you. Item 2, tree removal. I'm going to surprise you and say, go ahead and remove the trees, replace them with containerized trees that bear fruit. And also for the urban forestry management, remove any palm tree or severely trim it that is above 15 feet. You saw them light up in the fire. They are nothing but a fire hazard. They produce very little other than a mess. Number 4. That's the same as the above. I'm sorry. The lighting, you would help the public's understanding if you demonstrated in the application the safety and the efficiency and the return on the investment. I'm for low voltage lighting. It is an increase in safety, and it will in the long run save the city money. The brownfield, number 6. Rather than have it designated as future low and moderate income housing, please put a mega mansion there, and to assure the public that it is a healthy place to live. The middle and low income members of our community have suffered from the environmental impacts long enough. 7, emergency sewer. You need to do this, but while you're doing it, I would suggest strongly, particularly in Culver City, that you investigate the salinity of the soils to test for any encroachment by seawater. This may be a feature that is happening along the coastal areas, particularly those with the sand-based geology, and would foreshadow any more future infrastructure problems that you can plan on happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. We have one more hand raised. Let's check. Caller Vivian, do you have comment on any of our agenda items today? Are you here to provide public comment? Vivian, do you have comment on any of our multiple agenda items today? Hearing none. No? All right. That's the end of our multiple agenda item comment.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Zatorsky. With that, we'll close multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting and proceed to the approval of the minutes from Friday, January 10th. If there is a second to my motion to approve these items,
Okay,
the
they are
minutes.
done with their
I have a
public. I
correction.
don't think we have any other.
Yes.
With regard to item number 1, the minutes currently state that I was an aye vote. I voted no on that item.
Okay. We'll take up those minutes as amended. Ms. Zatorsky.
Second.
Thank you. We have a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Okay, we'll vote to approve those minutes as amended with Commissioner Mitchell's amendment. We'll start the vote with you, President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President,
Right on. I'm glad she said something. Oh, no worries, Minnie. I think it was just one person. It's just a fact that we're not letting up until they do something that they're not going to get rid of us. And I'm not too sure if they like it that we're there or if they just put up with us. Haven't figured that part out yet. Okay, guys. Well, that was a short one. Thank goodness. Well, we will wait for Scientology Up North's coming up. What time are you scheduled, Miriam? Karen Bass was under consideration to be Joe Biden's running mate. Oh my God. Don't get me started on that, Peter. There's more to it, eyes to see. I think there's more to it. I think their hands are tied. Okay, well, what time? Miriam, what time? In an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm going to go do lunch and get ready. I know, Judy, right? We'll talk about that later, Peter. That is really a joke. Yeah, talk about a puppet. Definitely talk about a puppet. Okay, guys. Loves to you. Thank you.